I've masked up my cold press watercolor paper and made it into 6 sections, a flat brush, and I've made up some colours, and I'm just going to have a little play. Put some of these colours on, drag it across the tape, some of this red down, just bring some of these colours down and around. Some of them are on top of each other. Bit of colour mixing going on, and then I'm going to let that dry. The paint has dried here, and I want to do some more layering up. So I've got some graphite colours, graphite green and graphite yellow from Kuretake. I'm going to get a largish brush, size 9, and literally going to just let that brush do its own thing. So sort of using a jaggedy kind of motion, bringing it across, just enjoying the playtime, loading the brush up so you've got plenty of paint. I want to see the colours underneath, so I've got to be careful not to overpower it by putting too much of this green on, but I just want to make it a little bit interesting as well. So quite a difficult task really when you're enjoying yourself, to get yourself to stop. Something I need to really get to grips with. I just tend to overwork things, but that's okay. I'm just having a nice time, so I forgive myself. So how do you like to play with paint? Do you get all serious and think to yourself, oh, it's got to be perfect? Or do you allow yourself those mistake times when you think, oh well, doesn't really matter, having some fun, let's just continue. Okay, yeah, I quite like that. So I don't think I'm going to layer this colour on. I quite like the way it's looking at the moment, so I think what I'll do, I'll let it dry and then see what it looks like then. I've got some CSY watercolors here, and they're really glitzy, really lovely. I just thought I need something else. When the paint had dried, it looked a bit flat, I thought. So just thought, well, if I get some metallics on there, it'll just give it that little bit of lift that I think it needs. So I'm using similar colours to what the base layer is, a sort of shimmery green and a shimmery purple, and just randomly laying it over. You can see the green there on the top left hand corner. I think that looks rather nice, and just any old way that the brush wants to take me, just letting the brush go and I'm just following it. So yeah, it's really fun just putting on paint like that. And what I'm doing here, I've got some silver ink, and I've got a dibber, and I've just put some silver ink onto the page, and then with my black fine liner, once the silver ink has dried, just circling around, just makes it a bit more bolder. That silver ink just pops out from the page and really stands out. I'm going around each and every one of the little silver ink marks. And then I'm just going to go and look at the paint, see what's in front of me, and utilise the background by adding some marks onto the paint. I'm not going to put it so much over the metallic paint, because I find that the black fine liners don't really work very well over metallic paint, but the matte paint underneath, I'm going to add some marks, some little circles here and there, and then some lines over the place. I just want to add a bit of interest to this page. I think it looks a little bit like a universe. It looks sort of outer spacey kind of, I think. So doing some lines here in some spaces. This is just so easy to do and really fun as well. I love taping up little sections. I find they're just so easy to manage. When you've got a big page in front of you, I think, oh, what am I going to do here? But once I've sectioned it off, it's like little bite-sized sections that I can deal with individually. So I really like doing that. It gives me the freedom to look at each section and just add the marks where I want to. I hope you get to try this. It's really easy to do, like I said. I hope you like it, and if you like, maybe you'll consider liking and subscribing. If you've got time, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you, hear what you're up to. what kind of art you like doing, whether this is something that you're going to try to do. I always find it really interesting and I always come back to you. So just continuing on these sections, again just making these little marks on there. If you don't want to use a black fine liner pen, you could use any pen that you want. You could use gel pens, felt tip pens, you could use crayons, pencils, anything that you have to hand. It doesn't have to be pen. And if you haven't got the ink, maybe you could use something like metallic paint, or use little colours of specks would be really nice on this. I think that would really work well. I think you could use these as little tags for presents, whether it's Christmas or somebody's birthday, or you just want to give a present to somebody and you need a little tag, so you could cut these up. I think they'd look really quite effective. You could put them on the front of a card, as a greeting card, or you could put them in a frame, maybe get like a little 4-frame, 6-frame picture frame that has those little equal sections in them. I think that would look very effective too. So when you think you're coming to the end of filling in those spaces, then what I like to do is outline the little square shapes. Just gives it a nice border, so when you peel off that tape it just looks all nice and complete. So I do this on quite a lot of my paintings, so it's just putting a little bit of pressure onto that tape with the pen, not too much pressure, just enough to just keep it on that line, and then it just makes that frame for your picture and looks so nice. I mean, sometimes I put these little pictures up on the side without any frames on and just swap them out, so it looks really effective dotted around the house. So peeling off the tape and you can start to see what these are looking like. I mean, the one in the middle at the top looks a bit like a landscape, I think. Yeah, I quite like that. In fact, quite a few of them look like landscapes. Some of the paint has seeped out from under the tape, so I've just got a white paint pen here and just covered that over so you can't see it. So you can see the detail here. I think they look rather nice. You can see the shimmer of that shimmery watercolor paint and the silver ink. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a good day. Bye.